to do.
Computers. Perfect. Flood barriers. And Tesla. District's regional buildings provide +2 production. Oh, that's a easy one just to plonk to my capital. And then Korolev as well. John Jacob Astor will bring in the rear. What's he up to these days? 500 golds and 2 envoys. What a collection of things. I love it.
Not even the most
Ideologies. Oh, it's happened now. No more limes. No more fun for me. Well, okay. Well, I guess we're just going to have to sort of improve this now. We've got drill manuals, which are pretty cool. We've got military research, which gives me science all of my Renaissance wars. I quite like that, actually. But I do like more. Where is it? Where is it gone? Logistics. Because now I can actually move my military engineers a small amount, which makes a huge difference. A 5-year plan, that's it. Look at that. All combined into one. That's a beautiful card for me. Woohoo! Launch Earth satellite. Step number 1. And now I'm really hoping... Yeah, look. Logistics. Logistics has been moved onto my military engineers. That's brilliant. And I've got oil power coming out as well, just to take the edge off my coal output. It's not going to completely replace it, but it just means that I should have enough coal to actually do cool stuff, like moving military engineers around and actually building railroads. I mean, what's the point in these things if you can't build railroads, you know? Like, just keep going, my friends. Okay, 949. I think I can make this work. Melee units are always the one to go through here, and then spies executing the chosen operation is always the one over, so option A over option B. I think people normally like to neutralize governors, so we're going to just vote heavily on that, I think, as much as it pains me to do so. 12 votes and 8 votes. That should be enough to swing it. It certainly is. People are predictable as hell, but that's okay. That's okay. Did anyone vote on anything else? Disrupt rocketry? No, no one really cared about that one, actually, weirdly enough. No, actually, nobody cared about any of them.
Right now,
no one voted at all.
Right.
That's really weird. Democracy. Okay, this is where we get a bit silly. This is where it gets interesting. New Deal. Look at that. That's a good set of stuff. I mean, it'll be for my bigger cities, that, really. Public Works is still good. 5-year plan is still good. I'm just trying to think of the better things to have now instead of, well, alongside colonial taxes, which is 254 production now, which is just insane. I love that. That's amazing. We're going to have to get in monarchic legacy because that was giving me a crazy amount of... actually, we've got 6 diplomatic favour. Just keep an eye on that, actually. It'll tell us how much that we gained. I'm going to stick... What should we do? Raj in? Is Raj? I think Raj is probably the best one to put in for now. We've got drill manuals. I don't need drill manuals anymore, actually. So logistics, because I'm starting to use more and more oil now. Yeah, look at that. My power output is way lower. So that's good. So we'll get logistics in. I was on 6 favour per turn and now 56. So I had 50 points, so 25 Renaissance wars. Oh, also I built Sinbad in this one-tile lake because I could. There's no reason for it. Actually, no, there is a reason. I can put them into Boston and we can go and kill some things. Hagia Sophia. Hello.
Treasure.
What a lovely place. I love it. It's great. Missionaries and apostles can spread religion 1 extra time. That would be very useful if I was actually spreading it. I'm also starting to accidentally win a culture victory. And I'm accidentally winning a diplomatic victory. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I'm accidentally winning right now. It's quite impressive. Here's Margaret Mead. She's pretty cool. She's going to just give me a load of stuff. How's Korolev going? Are you on the way? 3 turns away. I love that. 2,455 engineer points. And I'm getting 347 per turn. That's pretty nuts. Margaret Mead just needs to go to somewhere that I can send her, that I've got an alliance with. Oh yeah, look, Rome. Rome is nice. Rome is friendly. Okay, let's move you to there, and then she can just sort of pop over next turn. It's pretty decent. How much is Sinbad getting? 600 gold just for thieving. That's cool. I have literally researched everything apart from steel. I have to do it. I have to research steel, unfortunately. You know what that means? It means, unfortunately, no more wall building. But that's okay. It's okay. We will just do what we need to do. There goes the Earth satellite. Turns out, voting for neutralised governor is a bad thing because Pangala got killed the next turn. I forgot to mention it at the time, but I did find it reasonably ironic. Limes and walls, both options are now disappeared. Invention is +4 great engineer points per turn and then another +2 for every workshop, but now we can get science foundations, which is 2 great scientist points for every university and 4 for every research lab, and then 2 points per turn for every factory and 4 for every power plant. Now that's better. I'd quite like both cards, to be fair, but we're about to get some crazy, crazy points now. And Kasploosh. Oh, that's a big old boost. Lovely. Cristo Redentor. Next to the smoking holy holes over there. Oh, good. They're sort of throbbing in a beautifully steamy way. That's not worrying at all. Let's just pretend we never saw that. Korolev says, go, go, space project. And the moon landing is gone, which gives us a massive, massive culture bonus equal to 10 times my science per turn, which is 15,000 culture. And considering in order to get the last culture in the game, you know, you don't need anywhere near that much. It's a big old boost. So, what are we going to do now? We'll go to Space Race, and then we'll go to Social Media. I'm tempted to see if I can get a culture victory before the science victory, even though I'm actually beelining the science victory as quickly as I can. I'm actually physically, you know, my science is so high that I'm getting more than a tech a turn, but I just can't, like, boost it through. It's amazing. It's one of those games that's just going absolutely nuts. And here we go. 476 engineer points and 279 scientist points per turn. Per turn, that is. It's crazy. In Gaul, the expression spend the afternoon in teeth means to have a wonderful time. That's a good way of summing up my videos, really. Just got social media, so collective activism, 662 culture per turn. That's pretty decent. And then online communities to pop in as well. I've got 656 tourism, mainly from my mines, is the hilarious thing. Like, every time I put down a mine, it gives me tourism, because I am, of course, Gaul. Isn't it great? About quarter of the way to the science victory at the moment. Oh, I have a bomber. I wonder why I could be building that. I wonder why I could be building that. I also built the Estadio. I think this is my favourite wonder in the game. I know I say this all the time, but that +2 amenities and +2 culture in every single city in your civilization really, really helps when you've got civilizations like mine. Also, look at the railway just randomly there. I like the way the railway just drifts off into a road, but we ignore that one. St. Basil's Cathedral on a green actually is really cool as well, although we don't really, I mean, this is probably the least impressive bit of this. The fact that it's next to Kilburn is quite cool. I like that. I like that a lot. So the yields of this city are going to be pretty damn cool. Let's just have a quick peek. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Certainly they are. That's pretty awesome. Let's move my relic into St. Basil's Cathedral. I've only got the one relic, but that's all I need, really. Unless, of course, somebody else has a relic that they want to sell me. Oh yeah, Australia had one of 153... I mean, goodness me. No one values their relics at all. Fine. Well, okay, cool. That was handy. Nanotech is now a thing, which means I need to head in this direction. 14 techs. Unlock the world's mysteries, which is pretty decent. And we've also got myself, where is it? Launch a Mars colony. God, my words. There's this sort of part of the game where I start to lose all sanity. But there we go. That's the third space project up and running. Don't think anyone else... Oh no, Curtin's got rocketry and Gorgo's got rocketry. That's it. Otherwise, I've taken the proper lead. Leading. Not leading on religious victory, even though I have 70 cities following that religion, but never mind. International Space Agency, 1,400 science. Oh, I love this stage of the game. These are some crazy yields now. Crazy yields. And we're still getting people left, right, and centre. There's Jane Drew, and there's Schrödinger, who's up next. Very Leakey, and John Roebling. Okay, cool. Digital democracy. Woohoo! This will free up some stuff. Okay, there's democratic legacy. So we've got monarchic, republican, and democratic legacies all going at the same time. I'm going to stick invention back in as well because that's always really fun. And colonial taxes. It's back. It's back with a vengeance. A vengeance. 5-year plan. Logistics. Okay, cool. That should hopefully be a wonderful setup for my empire. 6 amenities in my capital. That's all that mattered. Springfield. Woohoo! Statue of Liberty. This gives me 4 diplomatic victory points. All the other stuff is sort of fluff. I'll keep watching this as it gets dark because there are some fireworks that go off right at the end and I always enjoy them. There we go. Oh, the fireworks are the best bit. Perfect. I think that puts me on to like 12 points. So I'm winning a culture victory. That's good. 12 points. There we go. We haven't had like any emergencies pop up this game, which has been very strange. So not really a game for diplomacy, to be fair. But global warming mitigation. There we go. That's it. That's it. That's the game. Because effectively it just means that you spam the project until the world falls below 0, and then the way that it calculates the CO2 means that anybody that's ever produced CO2 then immediately gets -20 favour per turn. I mean, AI just can't handle that, so that's good fun. Perform a rock concert, medieval gold, opening act. Hey, that's not bad. And a naturalist, bam, puts down a park. I believe my capital is, yeah, there we go, within the 4 closest cities, so that gets a few amenities on top of that. God, my capital's doing nicely this game. It is absolutely on fire. Oh, 3,000 tourism generated from that rock band. Nice, it's only a level 1, but it's still doing pretty decently. Have you ever seen 1,000 points per turn? I mean, that's nuts. That's insane. Look at these ley lines now. 7 gold, 9 science, 18 production, 4 culture, 1 faith, 1 food. That's awesome. Another go with this one. Still level 1. Opening act again. Come on, it's just like, you need to level up. You've had 3 successful concerts now. Just don't get it. Right, finally leveled up. Legends of Rock, 5,000 tourism generated. Nice. That's pretty damn good. Okay, cool. Who's the tourism leader? It is Gorgo. It is Gorgo, but we're doing pretty good against that one, so that's fine. Robotics,
the enemy know
information warfare, Hercules is dead. That's just a little song of my nation at the moment, although this song's more interesting. If I buy a library, an alchemical society, and a research lab in this snowy little city here, and say I build the Amazon Scott research station there, and then speed it up with Shah, I mean, that should be pretty good. That's 20% science and 10% production in all cities, and a bunch of my northern and southern cities get that twice. Because there are 5 snow or snow hills tiles within 3 tiles of a city. I mean, that's going to basically be like 7 or 8 cities of my empire, which is pretty I mean, that's pretty awesome. Like, this city's now got 30 production. In fact, yeah, which is awesome. I love it. I love it. Got 5,000 science per turn now. Medieval gold, are going to try it again. Another oh, that's pretty good. 4,700 tourism generated. These guys are getting pretty decent, actually. Here is the biosphere. This is amazing. I've been secretly building all kinds of renewable energy around my land, and now I get tourism equal to their power, and 200% power from anything that's renewable anyway. So this is pretty decent. Rainforest and marsh gets extra appeal as well, which helps me with a lot of what I'm doing. But if I just sort of play around with stuff, 1,400 tourism now. We're halfway. We're getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. 400 science for each rainforest tile. That would be good if I hadn't been chopping my rainforest down. Actually, there's a pretty decent tile, like right there. We'll go and use that. That sounds pretty decent. And an admiral as well. It's another 2 science per ley line I've just sort of casually flicked out there. Oh, you guys, you just wait until you see the railroad I've done. I am particularly proud of this one. Let's try playing in Gorgo's territory now. Opening act, 5,000 tourism generated. Building the Casa, and then I've got the exoplanet expedition ready to go. And the off-world is just there. We're almost there. Almost there. Absorbs the city-state into my empire. He's not the best, really. But, you know, it's good to have him around. Stephanie, she's amazing. There we go. She's wonderful. 100% production towards space race projects. Yes. Attempt number 2. Oh, level 3 that time. Top tier performance. 8,000 tourism generated. I've only had 1 rock band and it's still going. 700 album sales. That's awesome. We're doing really well here. Like, I don't know how long that's going to last, but it's been a joyous ride, even having it that long. Oh. Hello. Ethiopia's declared war at me. I mean, that is unexpected. But sure. They attacked a warrior monk with a cavalry. I mean, why I had a warrior monk there in the first place, I don't even know. Right, but I'm not even interested in the Casa. This just got funky. Oh, right. Step one. Step one is I need to make sure that my city defenses are as strong as they could be. They're only attacking with 70 strength at the moment, and that's just not good enough. That's just not good enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure we bought the most high-powered defensive shot that we can get, and I think that's going to be a machine gun with 85 strength. We could get a giant death robot as well, which I will do in a second, but we'll go machine gun army to 102 strength. Now that means, surely, yeah, there we go. I can now pretty much one-shot the troops. So if they move any troops into my empire, they're going to regret it immediately. Second is I'm just going to start buying giant death robots, because there comes a point where you start having to think to yourself, why not? Oh, I'm now settling Mecca. So we've gone all the way through America to Arabia. That's crazy. I feel like that attack might have accidentally started World War I, I guess, because it's us four versus those two. I don't feel like Ethiopia, you're going to have much joy in this. I might be wrong. I might be pleasantly surprised, but at the moment, I mean, your units are kind of few and far between, and I have giant death robots, and these things shoot a lot harder than your stuff, like a lot harder. Thing is, I want to be able to pass like resolutions. Like, I got attacked, why can't I appeal for aid? I feel like the AI always does that. And now I've got off-world mission as well. Good. Good. Okay, my capital is just bustling. It's got 19 amenities and 18 spare housing, so it's growing at a very pleasant rate. Can't complain at all. Let's just get stealth, and then we're up to future tech, future civic. It's the end game. Turn 199. We're not going to get turn 200 science victory, which is funny considering the cheatiness of the mods we've been playing with, but equally, I've kind of not really been seriously playing this game. I've just kind of been like pressing buttons. So I can kind of see why I haven't necessarily done 200, but we're not far off, to be fair. Medieval gold, rising stars, 9,000 tourism generated that time. Goodness. Extra tourism to civilizations that I have trade routes to. That's quite useful. We like that one a lot. Oh yeah, 6 turns now. Here we go. We're starting to really rack up the tourism pressure. Oh yes. Death Robot has the cannon. Boom. Okay, Ethiopia might find themselves not liking this battle if they're not careful. 100% production towards space race projects as well. Werner and Stephanie, both 1,420 engineer points per turn, 1,000 science points per turn. I mean, honestly, the results we're getting this game are just mind-blowing. I love it. Go on, another good big performance. Opening act, 8,000 tourism. Hey, it all helps. It all helps, and we're just suppressing Gorgo, who has the tourism lead here. So that's good. There is the exoplanet expedition. It is gone, which means I'm now starting to win the science victory. I have 1 turn left apparently on a culture victory. I don't know if that's entirely believable, but we'll take it at its word. However, I'm going to now do some Lagrange laser projects and double check, because I'm pretty sure I had other cities that had rocketry sites. I've got 74 cities now, all of which I have settled. I haven't taken a single one. There's my capital, that city. Okay, I only ever built one other rocketry site. Huh. Well, there you go. So that's an artist and a general. Oh my goodness, my ley lines must be getting ridiculous now. Let's have a quick peek. Oh yes, they are. 9 gold, 13 science, 20 production, 6 culture, 1 faith, 2 food. Oh my word. 1 more performance by Medieval Gold. 11,000 tourism generated that time. They're up to 950 album sales. Hello. Yeah, an easy culture victory that. An easy culture victory. I don't think I actually took a single city by force on that game. Yeah, I got Caesar. I mean, honestly, that mod was so much fun. I really enjoyed that. That was a really therapeutic game. Cities captured. You can see I'm not present on that at all. Entirely peaceful. Cities founded. I was above 70, which is lovely. Great people earned. Towards the end, my ley lines were getting absolutely fruity. Era score was doing good. My faith was not winning until late in the game. I still can't believe Ethiopia got that religion ahead of me. I'm just still venting that one. Player gold, player science. Again, I was kind of leading on that one at like 60% of the way through the game, which is pretty good for me. Player culture, again, a very similar story. Governors, no, that's not very interesting, that one. Religions founded, look, by like 2 turns. I was so pissed off. Ugh. Units killed. Yeah, that's really good. Units lost. I lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units, and that was it. Wonders constructed. Okay, I built quite a few towards the end of the game. That was pretty ridiculous, but I think this is the bit we all wanted to see, right? 202 turns of your finest cheating. So, you can see I'm over on the right-hand side of the map. You've got Australia above me, Ethiopia to the left, Rome in the middle of the map, along with Sparta, Greece, and then you had the Ottomans to the right of me. I had a lot of space, but it wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. I continued to just basically to exist as one city until I got my ancestral hall sorted. I didn't want to abuse it too much before that point because I wanted the 3 settlers to have the maximum impact. But when I did, oh boy did I. There we go, there's my first city. So then now I've started to go. Do you see? Look, bam bam. I'm starting to settle in 2 different directions. You've got 1 settler heading this way, 1 settler heading this way, 1 heading this way, and now I am beginning to settle like crazy. Rome actually had a pretty decent game here. Like, that was pretty decent, the spread. They almost created a little Italy sort of shape. Ethiopia almost playing like the Mayans. You had Greece there. I mean, people are going to war and destroying stuff. Look at this, I'm just sort of crept between the two. That was my favourite play, was settling up this way. I've gone into this direction, you can see I'm just sort of messing about up here, and now I'm settling down to try and connect these 2 strings. And eventually I'll settle round to the top and above Greece to kind of connect that area up as well. I also have managed to go below the Ottomans, which I'm kind of reasonably proud of. But now watch the map turn green, because it's at this stage my putting mines down and my culture just exploding, especially when I put the Estadio down and I get like crazy culture percent. There it is. Right, look at that. Hang on. So if we go back like a couple of stages here, hang on. We have to like go back a previous turn or few. Let's go back like to turn 180. You'll see as soon as I get the Estadio, like, it just goes mad. Like the border expansion. There's Cristo Redentor. Watch out on the left. Watch out on the left. There it is. Bam. And now watch my borders just everywhere are beginning to like boom. All the gaps are filling in. All the spaces between. This city-state is hilarious. Look at how much like Mittler was just crushed by my... Oh yeah, that's because of... Oh, my oppidums were culture bombing, weren't they? That's right. And literally the map just looks like little island havens of other civilizations with me in all of the other expanse. I mean, I love it. That was great. But I know, you guys didn't want to see this, right? You had no interest whatsoever in seeing the map or how I was playing the game. None of that is pointless. All of it is pointless, I should say, compared to how many railroads did Ryan build. Now, I am pretty impressed with this, okay? This was my little project I was doing whilst I was filming. You will notice that I have 421 results. 421. And looking at the mini-map, you will see just the sheer beauty of this as we zoom out a little bit, and you will see that the railroad goes up to the north. It connects all of the cities up in this way. It goes up to the frozen north, comes back round, it all wiggles around. It also cuts down the space between the Ottomans and the Greeks. It sort of goes around here, round the Ottoman Empire into the sort of frozen south to get back to my capital that way. And it also goes below Ethiopia, through this little belt that I've built between Ethiopia and Rome, which is just my favourite thing ever, up into the frozen north, back around, ignore that tiny little hole, was definitely not deliberate, and then back into this sort of area here. Oh, that is my favourite railroad I think I've ever built. That was a thing of beauty. This is what you should be doing in Civ. Why would you do anything else, right? Why would you do anything else? That was an easy win. That was great. 14 points on diplomacy. I was like basically a congress or 2 from winning the game like that. And I was already travelling at 1 light year per turn, and I was about to start rushing that pretty heavily because Stephanie and Werner were both on the way. And once they get on the way, well, there's no stopping them. And finally, I should just point out just how glorious these ley lines are. Look at this. 9 gold, 13 science, 19 production, 6 culture, 1 faith, 2 food. Peace out, everybody. See you all in the next video. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Matthew Wilkinson, Salty Tech, Midnight Oil, Trafford Askby, Paul Coffey, Senjik, Groger Brand Trail Mix, and Alex Noob for all of your support on Patreon, as well as everybody who generally likes and comments. You're all great.